Hey guys! Welcome back to Mind State, where we help you reach your full potential. In today's video, we will be discussing how life can get destroyed by comfort. Sounds familiar, right? Let's get into it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a total procrastinator. It's just how my brain works, and that's okay. But what I've learned over time is that if you want to feel productive and happy in your work, it's important to take on new challenges every day. It can be anything, a new project, a new skill you're trying to learn, or even just taking on a task you usually avoid. I try to make a point of doing one of those things every day so that I feel like I'm really growing and learning something new. We all have a comfort zone, a place where we feel safe and secure, but maybe a little bored. It's the place where you go to school or work and do what's expected of you, but not necessarily more than that. It's the place where you spend weekends hanging out with the same people you've always socialized with. And it's the place where you hold on to the same beliefs you've had for years and fail to consider different opinions. But here's something interesting. When we stay in our comfort zones, we're actually limiting ourselves from achieving true happiness and success in life. And if we don't push ourselves out of that box, we'll never reach our true potential. Do you ever feel like your life is becoming stale? Like it's getting a little predictable and routine? And you're not really sure what to do about it? You're not alone. The majority of people feel this way at some point. It's easy to understand why we stay in this zone for so long too. It's comfortable here. We don't need to push ourselves or make any effort. But the problem with living in your comfort zone is that it can be dangerous for two reasons. First, because you might stagnate and never grow as an individual. And second, because if you don't actively challenge yourself, you'll become complacent and might miss out on opportunities that could change your life for the better. When you're not regularly challenging yourself, you lose your ability to handle unexpected obstacles. That's why I try to do something new and difficult every day. It helps me grow, so that even things that used to be easy for me won't be in the future. It's hard to say exactly what new and difficult means because it's different for everyone. For me, it might mean taking on a new role at work or trying out a new sport. For you, it might mean starting an Etsy shop or going vegan for a week or 3. The point is, if we're not pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones, then we'll never be prepared for whatever life throws at us next. And that can lead to some pretty painful surprises down the road. In order to get results, you must challenge yourself. When you do something that is a little harder or more challenging for you, you leave your comfort zone. When you're in the growth zone, things feel difficult and uncomfortable. But this is where real progress is made. When you work out at the gym, you won't improve if you only lift the same weight every time. The same goes for learning a new language. You aren't moving forward when you only practice what you already know. To improve and see progress, you have to leave the comfort zone and increase the challenge. That might mean increasing the weights on your lifts or reading something new and trying to recall that information without help. Yes, it will be uncomfortable. And yes, you will struggle. But doing anything worthwhile requires going through this because things that have the biggest payoff are often difficult in the moment. There's no improvement without challenge. Challenge yourself and welcome the discomfort that comes with it. The discomfort of stretching yourself, of stepping outside your comfort zone. Just remember, you don't have a single comfort zone for everything, but many different ones. You might be pushing yourself in some areas, stagnating in others, and even deteriorating in others. If you feel you are moving backwards socially, not improving at work, but getting stronger at the gym, then it's up to you to decide where you want to improve. And it's okay if you are happy with where you are in some areas of your life and don't want to change them. There is no need to try hard at everything in life. But if there is one area of your life that you would like to improve, there are a few ways you can do that. There are 3 ways to make an activity more challenging. By doing it more consistently, or by doing it more intensely, or by spending more time on it. If you want to challenge yourself with running, you could add a day or two to your workout routine. Try running hill sprints or do interval training, running at 90% of your capacity instead of 60%. You can also challenge yourself with a different exercise altogether. For example, if you're used to running and want to challenge yourself by adding some strength training into the mix, consider adding in weightlifting or bodyweight exercises like push-ups and pull-ups. Another way to challenge yourself is by changing up your environment. Instead of running on a treadmill at home, try hitting the pavement outside. There are many different ways to challenge yourself and get results from your workouts. So let's say you usually run for about 20 minutes. You could increase that time by 5 minutes. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's still something. And you can apply this to pretty much any activity. Say you want to learn a new language. If you're studying once a week, maybe try doing it twice a week instead, or even 3 times. If you're trying to get better at socializing and being friendly, put yourself in situations where you might find yourself talking to people. Try saying a little more each time you speak with someone, and suggest that group members go out together. All of those 3 things are good ways to move from boring routine toward new experience. Are you liking the video so far? Before we get back, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to get notified of our new uploads. Now let's get right back to it. For example, if you're learning a new instrument, it's better to practice for 10 minutes every day than once a week for 1 hour. Also, you shouldn't necessarily use all 3 methods at the same time. Doing so may be too much too fast. Instead, pick one, and once you're ready, expand from there. But more on that later. As I mentioned, most gains in life come from short-term discomfort. With that being said, if something is difficult, it doesn't automatically mean it's good. For example, breaking your leg may be uncomfortable, but I doubt it has any positive long-term effects. The area you want to be uncomfortable in has to have some sort of long-term benefit. Studying something, for example, makes you feel stupid at the moment, but because you absorb new concepts, you get smarter over time. Making healthy food choices, resisting sugar, and staying in good physical condition might be difficult, but it pays off in the long run. Saving money instead of splurging on a new pair of shoes might be hard, but if invested properly and given enough time, you will be wealthier. You should get used to doing something a little uncomfortable every day, because it will pay off. That is why I try to do something difficult every day. So, there are 3 zones: the comfort zone, the growth zone, and the danger zone. If you push yourself too far out of your comfort zone, you will get into the danger zone, which is where discomfort comes from. Discomfort is like an alarm that tells us when we are getting hurt or are burning out. It prevents us from getting hurt even more. I've noticed that most people avoid the danger zone at all costs. But that's where we need to be stepping up and making changes in our lives, careers, and relationships. And it doesn't make sense to stay in your comfort zone when life is so short. One of my friends is like this. A few years ago, he wanted to improve his health. He decided to join a gym and make lifting weights 5 times a week part of his routine. He also vowed to start a strict diet where he would reduce his caloric intake and cut out all sugar. But within 1 month, he was back to sitting on the couch watching Netflix and eating cookies while he watched his favorite shows. Like most people who try to leave their comfort zones too quickly, he took on too much too soon without giving himself time to adjust. In order to make positive changes happen, you need to work outside your comfort zone. However, this doesn't necessarily mean you have to make all your big changes at once. Small, gradual changes are often easier to handle and less stressful. For example, if you've been sedentary for a long time and want to start exercising, It might be best to begin with small amounts of physical activity, such as walking around the block or doing a few yoga stretches in front of the TV every day. The best way to make progress is to start with something you can actually do. Even if it's something small, like having a light gym session 3 times a week for 45 minutes, or reaching out to a friend who needs support, or just doing your best to be kind to yourself. The key is to never give up. Even if you don't feel like you're making progress, even if it takes you longer than you want it to take, keep going. You're worth it. There are 3 reasons why I try to do something difficult every day. Success feeds on itself. When you get a positive feedback loop going in one area, it tends to slowly spread to other areas. If you push past your comfort zone all the time, you'll burn out. Instead, when it starts feeling too overwhelming, you lower the difficulty and retract only slightly above what your comfort zone was before. This allows you to get used to the new layer, and you let your comfort zone catch up to your new demands, which prevents you from burning out. And lastly, doing something difficult every day kickstarts this positive feedback loop that fuels further success. I know it's hard to push yourself past your comfort zone, and I know that it can be scary to try something new. But I also know that if you never push past your comfort zone, you'll never get to see what you're really capable of, and that's a shame. So here's my challenge for you. Find a worthy challenge, something that challenges you in a way you've never been challenged before. Then set up an environment where failure is not an option. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And if it still doesn't work out, try harder. You'll be surprised at how far you can go when there's no other choice but success. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you realize that you can push yourself past your comfort zone. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. The next time you feel like giving up or like you're not going to make it, just remember the lesson of this video, that if you want to improve at something, you need to find a worthy challenge and then push past your comfort zone. We'd love to know your thoughts about this video, so leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!